This is the bee
Woodhead over
situation.
here. He couldn't find his
This is
contacts, and so he
yeah.
had that's
Oh,
his B situation.
obviously,
Yep.
obviously that makes sense.
No, the bee situation was randomly, I guess, it's warmer than it should be this time of year. So
Yep.
the bees are just, they had, I walked into the room today and I was like, there's a lot of buzzing going on in here. And we've been getting like those little pumpkin beetle, stink beetle things in here anyway. And I'm like, no, this isn't those kind of bugs. And I look at the window, and behind the curtain, there's like a swarm of just insects. And I was like, oh, because we've had wasp issues before. I was like, fuck, are the wasps already here? As I looked at them and lifted it up really, really close, like carefully, and it was just a bunch of bees, like just all kind of, they'd crawled up the door and come between the gap and then onto the inside. I was like, what the hell? Got rid of them.
Clever little
and,
bastards,
yeah.
hey? Holy
Then they
cow.
came back. And I mean, they're bees, and you don't want to kill them because they're important, you know?
Oh.
So, and then they must have been warm enough during the day, and then the sun set, so they got cold, so they kind of came inside, and then they fell asleep on the glass, and they started falling in the bags below, and I was like, trying to collect them all in a jar and stuff, and I was like, I don't have time for this, but I gotta get these guys out of here. So I don't want to wake up in the morning with like bees all over me. But that's the bee situation.
What if they just made honey right in your mouth while you're sleeping? Wouldn't that be delightful?
Right in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
So what are
Wait,
those
so
bees
you got
doing?
you got all of them?
Yep. I
Like
hope
there's
so.
no they weren't making a
Are you
hive.
sure?
There's no hive or anything?
Well, there's like a curtain over it, and I lifted up the curtain, and then there's like an extra part, and I opened that up to make sure there was none in there. There was like a cluster of them on the back of it, but I got them. I think I got them all. So we'll see. Alex before
And
was
you-
like,
Yeah, and you didn't
"There's
get stung
more."
or anything.
No, they were like, I was like a total
Bees won't-
beekeeper. They were
they don't
crawling on
really-
me.
Bees will they will try and not sting you.
Right.
Bees
'Cause they don't wanna
want to
die.
sting
Unless
you.
Hayden accidentally, I don't know, does something to the queen or something. That I guess maybe.
Well, I had like if I had one under
Well,
my
it's-
arm, and the nephew was like, "Yeah, there's one on your arm." So I was like, held my arm up because I didn't want to squish it, and then it tried and sting me because it was, I'm threatened by this giant thing that I'm on. Sting,
Right.
sting,
It's
sting,
so
sting.
warm.
It's so warm. I
Hey,
know.
do you think next time, like, if you have a bee situation like that right before the pod, that's so kind of you to let them all go, but could you, like, maybe they want to make an appearance, you know?
I had them in a jar,
That's
but I was
right. Yeah,
like,
that's what I
the
mean.
jar
Break it,
had
like,
no
yeah.
air holes. I didn't want to have like, hey, check out my bees and have them all die online, like on the camera. Check it out, okay. I'd be like the
They're
little
just
kid
yeah,
from
in the background, you just set the jar down and just one by one as the show goes on, they just start.
I mean, how hard is it to make a breathing hole? Anyways,
Well, it's got a metal
Right.
lid. Like I don't know.
Well, how much oxygen do you think they're consuming?
I
They're
don't
just
know.
little.
There was a lot
things.
of them. There was a lot of them.
I mean,
Hmm.
think about it. If like bees are in a jar, isn't that like humans in a studio, like a bachelor apartment,
They're just-
small?
they're just
you have like
falling
20
asleep.
people in a party there.
yeah, and
Like I feel like that would use more.
and the size
oxygen
of
than in a
their
jar.
their lungs?
Yeah,
How tiny are they?
we should get our research team on that.
Yeah.
I
How
wonder
long
how
a bee
small a
can-
bee's lung is.
That or how long they can survive without like clean oxygen. They get sleepy very quickly. But
Well,
I didn't want to
yeah,
be like
it-
the girl of Finding Nemo with, why are you still sleeping? Or whatever she does.
I should correct myself by saying that bees don't really have lungs. They do have
Oh right,
a tracheal system, but not
that's
lungs.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Common
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't believe
We all
got
knew
that
what you
wrong.
meant.
It's just
Sean.
my-
We all knew what you meant.
Yeah, my brain. Is it like a Prego jar or what? I want to know the size of the jar. Like what kind of jar?
It was like a mason jar, but
Why are
a
you holding
big
up a
one.
square? Is that a rectangle?
Because that's how big
That's
it was.
a big one.
That's how big it was. He wanted to know how
Look
big the
around,
jar
it's a
was.
It's a director
Very
thing,
confusing.
Justin. You know how directors do that?
What
Check
what
the
would you
frame
go?
and stuff like that.
That's
How,
totally
the
true.
jar
It's
was
in
like
the
this
frame.
big, and like this big.
How many
Around.
pickles would you say you could fit in the jar, Hayden?
What
There's a
size?
better one.
What size pickle?
How many pickles?
But what size pickle?
Okay. That's kind of rude to ask another man that question.
I didn't say
Um,
what size your pickle. I said what size would you want in the jar? Are they big pickles? Are they little pickles?
This conversation's derailed. It's getting too strange for me. I have to abort.
Okay.
Abort. Well, I've got another thing to
see.
ask you guys quickly because were you talking about hockey before I jumped on?
More so
Okay.
specific player, not the game,
Alright.
but it's hockey related. It's hockey related. Yes.
Do you guys have game day superstitions, either as a fan or as a player?
Uh,
I know Justin.
I will
Justin,
tell you that
Yeah.
hockey players are not superstitious,
Really? I thought the total opposite.
but we are very superstitious. Like we'll say we're not. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
But
okay, I gotcha.
I wouldn't say that game day. I would say more. It's not a superstition, but routine, and like there's certain things, but more so. Oh God. When we're at a tournament, I can't say it. I can't admit this. Can't admit this.
But,
But I can feel your eyes piercing through me. But I would say that I do have a superstition.
you don't
like,
have to
if
tell me
we are
what it
winning,
is.
And we're winning and we got through the round robin and into playoffs. Yeah, I won't change. I'll wear the same thing every day.
Mm. Mm.
I won't do it.
So I refuse.
But not for a specific game, I would say.
Yeah. So I, for the longest time, refused to wear my team's like shirt, like the player jersey or any of the t-shirts I've got on game day, because whenever I did, they always freaking lost. So I was like, you know what? I'm jinxing my team, so I'm just gonna wait until the day after to know the result, and then I either wear it as commiseration in support of the team or I wear it in celebration of the team. Until just recently, I wore it. So a couple weeks back, Manchester United had the derby game with Manchester City, and it was a shitty time because they had just fired their coach, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
So the
they
team,
do that. They should listen, they should do what Arsenal does and just keep their around and see what he does.
this is
sorry,
another,
sorry,
this isn't he?
Go
He's
ahead.
quite the pro now, isn't he? Quite the pro. He's learned. But I wore it on the day of the derby. Just, I don't know why. I just like put it on, went to work, didn't think about it, because normally I'm like very self-conscious about not wearing the shirt. And then they won. They fucking won, and I was like, yes, Manchester is red. It is never blue. Fuck
No.
you.
And now you
And
you
now
get
I'm
to wear
like,
it. Now are you going to continue wearing it?
yeah, now I have to wear it every time there's a
Yeah.
game. I'm like, I feel safe wearing this on game days now.
So it's funny that you mentioned that because now that they've won and you get to wear it, and as soon as you started talking about that, I wouldn't. It's a bit of it. I'm very similar in that I will wear like Canucks jerseys on game days, and then if they would lose, the next game day I wouldn't wear it because I'd have that same feeling. But immediately, if they won a game, or if they lost a game when I wasn't wearing it, then I'd just go like I just keep going back. So like
Just trying to
I don't know, it
rejig the
was-
luck.
now like this year, yeah, and it doesn't make a lick of difference if you or I wear our team's jersey on game day or not. Has zero to do with them getting the win or loss. But yeah, I understand feeling so well.
I'm glad
Yeah,
wasn't
I
just
guess
me.
I played hockey only for a few years, And so I never really developed a true superstitious sort of routine or whatever. I know a lot of people like to put on their equipment, you know, a certain way. They like to tape whatever their hockey sticks every game day or whatever. I never got into that. There are certain times where I thought I would eat a specific meal just because this hockey player would eat that meal before a game or something like that. And yeah, I never really found like a groove. Um, but then I remember in terms of watching the games when we had the historic run, like what 14-ish years, 15 years ago, that I would be wearing only the away jerseys when they're away and home when they're home, you know, and that kind of sort of worked. And then the day that I stopped doing that was a big home game in game or in the finals, and I wore my signed Luongo jersey, which is a home jersey. It was a dark blue home jersey. I was leaving film school, VFS, and a bird shat on the shoulder of my shoulder. So
Wow.
I'm like,
What do you
that's
do? 'Cause
first of all, they say it's great, good luck.
'cause I was gonna say they
You know?
say it's good luck, but they just shat on your Luongo jersey and
Yeah, yeah, it's signed or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? It's valuable, but if it means a dub, then fantastic. And we ended up losing that game, and then we lost the series. So I never wear that jersey ever again. It's in my garage. And then,
With the bird
Like-
shit still on
and then I
there.
put it in a can and I set it on fire.
yeah, I set it on fire. And I set it on fire.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
yeah.
Shao, I have 3 hockey questions for you, and we'll see if Hayden understands them after. But these are like, okay, socks or no socks?
Socks.
Okay. Tongue in or tongue out?
Oh, tongue. I've done both. Tongue. I do tongue in and then tape around it as well.
A little extra on the
A little
ankles.
extra.
Keep those fucking puppies tight.
Yeah.
And then okay, toe to heel or heel to toe?
Hilo.
Yeah.
Are you very different?
No, I'm only different. Well, actually, no, I'm different on 2. I'm no socks.
No socks. Damn.
Yeah, I can't. If I'm just coaching or something or doing a public skate or something like that, I'll go socks. But when I'm playing, I'm no socks.
Yeah.
I'm tongue in as well. I think tongue out is sacrilegious. I don't think you're a hockey player if you play with your tongue out. And I don't. I'm sorry. It's just this thing I got. And heel to toe is the right way to do it, but I always tape toe to heel, and I get people shit on me so much for doing it. I'm like, I don't know. That's
Whatever. If it works, it works. Whatevs.
so. For those of you who don't know, Hayden,
I wonder what Hayden would do.
he looks like he fell asleep. Socks or
I think,
no
I, think,
socks?
I think Hayden would buy those, like the tape, the one solid tape you just use the sticker you just put on your blade.
Yeah.
I think Hayden would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you talking
not
about
do the
taping,
actual-
like taping your blade, the blade on your skate?
Yeah, the heel of the blade to the toe of the blade.
Yeah.
Then
So
how does it?
when we say heel to toe or toe to heel, we're talking about taping the stick as you wrap the tape around the blade. You can either go from the heel to the toe or from the toe to the heel.
Oh, you're talking about the
tongue in,
stick.
tongue out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the last question was about the stick.
And then tongue in, tongue out is your skates. It's like the tongue of your shoe. Your blades have a tongue as well, and tongue in or tongue out is in the shin pad, like underneath it, or outside of the shin pad.
Yeah. I
Although
like
the only
everything.
thing I have to
I like
say-
everything very tight. Very
Yes,
tight.
tight.
Yeah.
Although I don't do tape at the ankles. I don't even strap my shin pads. My shin pads are loose under my socks, and then I just do one around a tape at the top, just under the knee.
Right. I remember. I think not infamously, famously, Jaromir Jagr wore skates that were like 2 sizes smaller than his
Mm.
regular size, just because he wants them like very, very tight.
Yeah.
But
A lot of, yeah, I think that's common.
yeah, it's kind of
I'd
common.
rather have
right?
my skates tight. I
Yeah,
like my
yeah,
skates tight.
yeah.
Not at the ankle though. I like my ankle really loose. But everything else tight. And then finally, Hayden, for the socks or no socks is in your foot. Like, do you have socks on your feet when you have your foot in your skate?
Oh, wouldn't you get mad blisters if you didn't wear socks?
No, I don't get blisters and my feet don't get cold, and it's so freeing. I love it.
So freeing. Like when you're escaping from an internment camp.
That's right. Very good.
It was the worst one. I was gonna say something about Shaw's got a Canadian hat on, a Canada hat on, but
I didn't realize
weasel that in.
that's what you were doing at first. So as you started talking, I started thinking of my own segue, and then you hit me with that. It was good. I liked it. I actually liked it. It
Yeah, it
works.
wasn't bad.
It wasn't
wasn't
like as sort of like slap you in the face as Shao's, like, you know, but it was
like
very
it was
clever.
an impossible
It was
mission.
clever. It was very clever. How about that quote in the opening? Hello, welcome everybody. Hello. We're going to be talking about episode 7 of Fallout today. The finale actually did come out today, day of recording, but we'll talk about that next week. It's like the opening scene. Don't think of them as humans. Think of them as Americans. I was like, whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Okay. First of all, Canadian would never say that out loud.
Unless they were dying.
Okay, what's very interesting about that, actually, in regards to the show, is that after that scene, that had me in like a headspin, man, because I thought the Brotherhood came after the bombs, but that clearly happened before the bombs, because she went and met with the Ghoul Cooper in Vegas and asked how she can get into a vault. So when that happened, I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, the Brotherhood was around before. They were in the north. There was internment camps in Canada. Like, this is a whole new storyline that, I mean, I guess we knew something was going up in Anchorage, Alaska, but to me this was kind of the first, I don't know, introduction to this. And then they didn't really touch on it too much after that. But I don't know if you guys caught that, but I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I love the fact that the armored man dude was like, "What are you doing, hoser?" Get back to thing, and I was like, they're throwing in Canadianisms in there.
You know what? I didn't. That's a really good point, because I didn't catch that. I didn't catch. I just saw this. I watched the scene. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't catch the fact that, timeline wise and all that stuff. Good catch, Justin. Good catch. And yeah, they didn't touch on it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if they will in the finale, because I don't think that's big point.
Do they open it up? Like, why would you? I mean, unless I missed something in earlier episodes, and people who are following along might be cussing me out right now, but to me, that was the first time that was addressed. I thought, what a weird, like, what? Because, and then
Right.
that I could think about, and then I'm trying to think about, well, what has happened in the world up until this point now, all of a sudden. Because I thought it was just like Cold War, 50s, 60s America.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously it's not true to our universe, if that's happened, and if they have that technology already up there, and they have already experimenting on things. Like when he fought in Anchorage, when he was in the Brotherhood, what are they called? Whatever they're called, those machines. Was that before the bomb? Because I just assumed it was after the bomb.
That was before the
But
bombs. Because
before
you
the
know,
bombs.
yeah, because he was going to all those meetings with that guy that was like, you should come and hear Moldiva talk because we all served together. And
I just thought it was like a like World War II. You know what I mean?
which it might have
Or-
been. It might have been in the
Yeah.
Fallout universe, World War II. And it's interesting because we had never heard. We discussed this, the three of us, about what happened to other countries. You know, what's
Yeah.
happened to Mexico in the south and what's happened to Canada in the north. And now we know that the US are keeping, I guess, all Canadians imprisoned. Which I was wondering.
they did.
Well, we don't know if it's the US, but they did call it an internment camp. So I'm wondering if it was sort of like a mini. You know how sometimes writers will put current political situations into TV shows to kind of gloss over what's going on in today's society in a fictional in situation. So I was like, I wonder if this is kind of like a, you know, certain world leaders say that Canada is part of the US, so they're like, you know what, we'll just throw it into our show, and this is what could happen in a in certain times.
I would say though, I don't think we need to. I think they are Americans. I think it's safe to say that because I.
Is it just
I
another
didn't hear
state
an
of the US?
I didn't hear an accent in the voice. You know what I mean? Like if it was Chinese, for example.
No,
like
I-
could you do hey Shao, could you do a Chinese Brotherhood of the Steel
Voice.
voice for us? Yeah,
When they're in the armor.
yeah. When they're in the
What's
armor,
the-
yeah.
I can't.
Hayden, you
They just
you
have like
could-
a really low like.
We can
it's
get
like
it.
a guttural thing, right? Give
Hayden
me a
do
line. Give me a line. What's a line?
and Hayden can do an Aussie one. We'll do that one. Do hey, stop where you're going, hosers. Or get back to the internment camp. I was trying to make it easy, but I needed to have hosers in there. Okay, you chase down these two Canadian women, and you get there. You finally stop them. You're a little bit out of breath, just a little tiny bit out of breath.
I don't know if I don't know if the mic can pick this up.
Little
You can't
bit.
hear anything, can you?
It
A
goes
little bit, tiny bit.
Hey you over there. Where you going? Go back to camp.
Deeper.
Go back to camp.
Yes. there
Why
we go.
you run away? We catch you, we shoot you. Go back to camp.
Something
Deeper,
like that.
deeper.
Where's the
Deeper, deeper.
hoser?
Hosers.
Hosers.
He won't know that term. Okay, hold on.
But that's why it's so good.
So
Why-
pronounce it wrong. Pronounce it
Why
wrong.
you run away? You hoser. You two go back to camp now. I shoot you down.
Something.
It was really
You
good.
hoser.
Thank you.
I actually really enjoyed that.
I love that you put
Oh.
you had your face mannerisms out there and everything. It was great.
Yes.
I have to get the video
yes.
out for that one.
Yeah. And then what the Aussie version would have some crazy lingo and people won't even understand they won't even understand like what are you trying to tell us?
Probably be drunk, you know.
Yeah. And they'd be like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah. Hayden doing an Aussie, and you're saying, hey, hosers, quit trying to pull a Bundy.
It'd be like, oi, cunts, quit,
Yeah.
quit trying to pull a Bundy and get back to the internment camp, eh?
Deeper,
I know
deeper.
I know there's a blizzard.
Nah,
I know
that would
there's
be
a-
the
I know there's a
deeper.
blizzard right now. It's like looking through a bucket of cum. But get back to your internment camp. You know,
That
something
would
like
be that would be the way it would sound because they'd be so high pitched without the machine. It would be really like nasally up. Oi, cunts, get back into Canada, you fucking hoses, eh?
That's good. That's good.
That was good.
Now, Justin, do the Indian version. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, moving on.
My
Moving
specialty.
on. Your specialty. We got it time wise, but this episode was. I thought, man, I really wanted to watch the finale after this because on season 1, I remember was very exciting, and yeah, when all the storylines are starting to converge together, as we kind of mentioned before. Um,
Well,
so yeah, I think there's a couple funny moments in this one. I remember, and a lot of some shock value ones, especially the reveal of I can't remember her name, the lady's head,
mhm.
and I really liked the dynamic of Hank and Lucy again when he's just very like nonchalant about everything and
Mhm.
teaching her how to ride a golf cart. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. like, like they like she like hates him, but at the same time they have like a weird like father and daughter bonding thing that's like underneath all the hatred and underneath all the
They're like a high school relationship, man. They're so on again, off again, on again,
oh
off
totally like
again.
Ross and Rachel kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice Friends reference. Yeah, it's the and Tidius when his arm falls off. Man, I love Tidius. I don't know if you guys ever watched the show Superstore.
Oh, I've watched it like
He's in
not,
that?
Have you?
not
Yeah.
intensely,
Okay.
but
So
yeah,
I've
it's
watched
funny.
it. Kate and I have probably watched it a few times now because it's one you can always go back to, and I quite enjoy it. I really find it funny. I love the manager. I love Dina. I think she's so funny, and this guy plays uh, the lead actress's uh, boyfriend. Um, anyways, now I really liked him in that, and he's very like similar-esque character in here, kind of like a happy-go-lucky but kind of dim-witted guy. Um, and just that moment where his arm falls off when he's going to sniper, but he's so like, oh no, it's
So
okay
casual,
if I could just hold my arm and if I could just put it, but hold the trigger. So he's a really good addition to the show for comedic relief. But yeah, as far as the finale, it's kind of I'm excited about it because we're all kind of like left off in this. Everybody's kind of ended this episode in a moment, right? With Lucy, it was the mainframe. She cuffs her dad, reveal the head. Like in the past, if you want to go to the past, like Cooper has given the fusion, cold fusion, to the president, who he thinks is good. Who, as an audience member, I'm not feeling so good about him having that right now. Maybe it's because I already know what the past looks like, but I have a little bit of an advantage. um, so in the past, we have that. We have, Maximus just got knocked through the wall. There's still, I don't know how many Deathclaws still alive, but now they're exposed to all the people, and we're just kind of left in that moment.
Mhm.
We've got the Ghoul who's opened up, and he's seeing digital Robert House, who greets him last line of the show, like, good to see you, old chum, or something. So it's like,
Mhm.
is he alive digitally? Like, what? So all these characters are left in not just a moment, because you always leave the audience with like something, right? But these are like kind of big moments for this season specifically in the show. So yeah, man, I'm really interested to see what they do with the finale. Um, Hate to see it go, but it's
Mhm.
been good. It's been a good ride.
Well, also one of the big questions left is the in-vault storyline as well, where
Yeah.
we don't know exactly what's in the case, right? I think the speculation is that it's the virus. I think like the
Mm.
FEV
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah, the oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know.
Yes.
I can't think of what else it would be at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, it makes sense because it would tie into that storyline that they introduced about that virus.
yeah, and so I wonder if because the last we see of her is that she runs away and she's in her office, I think, and people are banging at the door, kind of like asking what's going on and stuff like that. And so she's in possession of the case right now, right? Because she had to deal with old Bets with the water, old Betty. But I wonder if, as like a last resort, she's going to mutate herself and just wreak havoc or something. I don't know. She's like she's like nowhere left to go, and kind of again, back against the wall.
She's Canadian, bro.
Yeah, she kind of failed her somewhat mission. Not failed, I guess, but her plan got derailed a little bit.
But do we even know what her real plan is?
I guess not really.
We don't, because we got revealed the backstory, and it was just to survive and not
to
trust
survive.
them. Don't treat them like humans. We don't know deep. We know she worked her way into the vault.
Yeah.
We know Cooper. There was something. Hank. So there's something to do with Hank. But so in that short amount of time, probably been when she was invited to when she was frozen, how much does she know? So now, you would think if it's just to survive, like why would she be doing all this? There's got to be something.
I thought it was funny that if she was on the run from Canada, because all Canadians are supposed to be like prisoners of war or something, or whatever they are in their internment camp, why would she carry a piece of Canadian ID with her? It seemed a little too convenient.
A memory of who she is.
That's the only thing I could think of, was like, this is a connection to who you are. Oh, and speaking of also that, we talked about this earlier, how they've got like the golden rule was like a Bible verse, but no one knows what religion is. I'm guessing it was her mother that they were escaping together. And she's like, I know I raised you Catholic, but you have to forget all of that and just be ruthless, be a killer, be a survivor. I was like, oh, this is the first time we have a mention of like organized religion. In the traditional sense, because they do have the new type of religion where they're all like getting naked over Maldiva, that religion. But
I just realized how not locked in I am when I'm watching these, because I never thought of the ID thing. I never thought of Justin's point too about timelines, and it was before or after the bomb. I was like, oh, it's a great scene. Moving on.
So captivating.
So
The performances were so good.
Yeah, you're locked in on something else, on the performance, and on the details.
2 blondes, maybe. 2 blondes.
Man.
Oh, they could use my help.
Yeah, that Xiao that runs in as the suicide bomber and just explodes.
Yeah.
I saved the day.
Yeah.
I hope you're still virgins.
I'll see you in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the Chinese mech guy's like, I don't understand you.
That was a very.
I want to
good
see more of the
accent.
Chinese people. I want to see more of those guys. You remember we had like 10 seconds of them when the first Deathclaws were introduced. Right.
I was going to bring that up because I was like, there is not any other race in this except for blacks and whites. Who was it? Is it not Hank? Who's the guy that got disappeared and they found his glasses in the garbage compactor?
Woody.
Oh, Woody.
Is he of Asian descent? Or am I totally...
He definitely.
I want to say no.
No.
He's of something descent.
Some descent. But I just thought, I was like, why? There's like very... No, never mind. Because you'd think like the history of the US...
No,
obviously,
Hayden, it's who could afford to get into the vault. Remember?
They probably made the Chinese build them, and they wouldn't let them in. Historically, that's what they do. Yeah. We'll get the Chinese and the blacks to build the railroads, and then we'll fuck them off, and the whites will take it. So it's like, you know what? Chinese have got the technology to build these vaults, but you can't fucking come in them. So, not that you would want to come in them. You want to be in one.
Not recommended.
It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to see through.
Stop. I remember.
Stop.
Hey, you've got
about coming
only
to the
yourself to
Just- yeah,
blame
just
for
like-
this.
like
This is
scene
all
through.
your fault, Xiao. You were the one that said it first.
No, they're just. Anyways,
By the way, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go
sorry.
ahead. Go
By
ahead.
the way, I just want to say that fun little exercise we did on the last episode, the the scientific experiment. I mean, I don't want to call it an experiment, but more of a case study.
Yeah.
Yes.
As entertaining as that was for me, and hopefully for you too, having it, everybody listening, whatever. When you think like that's kind of like, it's kind of neat information. It's so useless. It means nothing, and it's kind of disgusting, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So I thought, apparently that isn't good, like table conversation. You know, like, oh hey, guess how many times you think it would to fill a bucket. Guess how many sessions? Yeah, it doesn't hit the way you think it would just asking that to people.
You know what though? I glad
Then
you
you had
brought
to do
that
the
up.
Bundy out of there after you brought it up.
I bundied out of there
you
so
pointed
hard.
out there. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I just remembered that I entered a contest to win tickets to watch Kevin Nealon.
Yeah, and
And
you had to fill a
he-
bucket.
and then you fill your information, of course, and at the very bottom, the whole thing is you get to meet him backstage before or after a show, and you do small talk with him for like 10 minutes. That's kind of the premise of the contest, and you have to enter this little, I guess, sentence of what. And I should have put that.
Oh my god.
I should have. I had a horrible wasted opportunity.
Could you imagine? That would, like, you'd either read that and be like, there's absolutely no way I'm having this person back here, or you'd read it and be like, I've got to talk to this person. Like, the fact that they
Yeah.
put that on there.
You'd be like,
It's-
what's the
I was
answer?
wondering
What is
how
the
you're
answer?
gonna segue that. Not segue, because it's such a topic that when you're like, oh, by the way, and then you start talking about this like comedy show, I was like, what is happening? Like, how is he gonna tie this into the buckets?
Yeah, and there's no tie-in with the actual topic of the show, this episode at all. You just reminded me of last week's math question.
Can you submit again? Use a different name.
Oh, maybe I'll just do that. Yeah,
Or a different
yeah,
email
I should just do
address.
that. Why not?
You should go with something crazy like Hayden Woodhead.
That sounds too made up.
Not fake
I don't know. I'll
names.
think of. Yeah, fake.
They're like,
fake
oh,
name,
there's
fake
another
name.
Schaupin. Oh, is this the same person? You're like, no, just got.
Yeah, just go Xiaopin. Anyways, we're derailing here.
Yeah,
Xiao, bring us back.
Yeah,
You were gonna make a point.
Oh well, now I can think about buckets of cum.
I continue.
Please.
So, because Xiao pays attention to performance, not to little bits of information, I thought it was interesting that she still had the Canadian license. And then all of a sudden, or whatever it is, ID card, she loses. As the overseer, she's like, oh shit. But it is interesting. I wonder what she's going to...
Awkward face to be frozen.
For me, I wonder what it is. Because you guys are both frozen too. So... There we go. You're taking a picture. See, my end, I was still
Oh,
moving.
did
My
you
end,
get
I
it?
was still
I
moving.
got it.
What was I like? Was it a no face?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. This is gonna be a nightmare for you to edit, but you were talking about how
Leave it
delay
all
is
in.
so long.
Leave it all
It's
in.
so
It's
long.
insane. Because I wasn't sure if you were still talking or not.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm curious about what her character's, what she's going to have to do in the finale. Because obviously we've seen everybody else set up to what they're potentially facing. She's just going to be in an overseer's office with a bunch of people with questions. It's like, what is she going to do? Is she just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to escape out the back. whatever his name was, Chet? Is he going to go up to the surface? Is he going to look for freaking what's his nuts, the sun?
It's
Norm.
Even her as a
Norm, that's
character
what-
through it, because she kind of almost felt like a nothing, not a nothing character, but like I never expected her to have kind of the role her character has turned into. You know, we're getting a lot more backstory from her now, and even when we see her, when we're first introduced in the past, like she's got two eyes. So, did she lose an eye before she went to cryogenic freezing? Did that happen after? Like, we don't know that.
We do know that.
Hayden's nodding.
So when the whatever they were called, the people attacked them in season 1,
Oh,
she gets her eye gouged out then, and that's when we kind of see that she's a little bit different because she turns into a badass and starts killing people left and right.
That's right.
And like, oh, she's got more training than anybody else by the looks of it. When you look in hindsight at that,
Yeah.
that's when she lost her eye. She's like, I lost my husband and I'm pregnant, and she was, lost her eye and all this stuff. So,
Mhm.
but I wonder if her husband that died, was he a frozen dude or was he a vault dweller? We don't really know, and it's probably not really needed because you don't even really see him. He's gone within the first episode or whatever.
he did.
He did. It's more about her.
I mean,
guess.
I'm not surprised. I'm not so surprised that she has a big role because you don't just give anyone an eye patch. You know what I mean? Like, when you first saw her appear in the show, I guess I was a little surprised that she wasn't immediately more of a bigger player. But yeah, the eye patch for me was like, if it's just like a speed character, like, whatever, just who cares? But the eye patch, it's fucking cool. I love a good eye patch. I love a good eye patch.
Love a good eye patch. Okay, so what do you? I mean, let's ask this. What do you want out of the finale? And how's Lucy gonna fuck it up?
This is a good question.
How's she gonna try and be a good person about it?
I mean, she just found a head. So is that head the mainframe? Is that woman who's so, life's good, I can do this, right? She's very much like that, and everything's hooked up. And the dad said, "That's the mainframe." So, how is her head tied to all of this? Is it her?
Which goes against everything that her character in the past stood for. She was like, I want to stop all of this. I don't want the Vault-Tec to have the power. I don't want
that's what
corporation. Yeah, she's like, I don't want corporations to be in charge of it anymore, or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, she's the main driving force of these brain chips.
But I mean, that's what. Well, two things. Yes, at least that's what they want the audience to think right now, because that's all we've seen of it. So we don't actually know. But also, I don't even mean specifically that. I just mean, I don't know, being obedient and being kind and being, okay, I'll do that. Okay, yes, everything's good. Like that part of her.
Maybe she's a victim.
But I don't like also that sounds dumb when I say it. So I don't know how she's tied to it.
Maybe House was like, this person is exactly what I want as my prototype to be able to, manipulate people.
Or maybe she is the mastermind. You always said that there's a bigger person.
She's playing the president. She's like, oh,
She's
I
playing
know that-
4D chess, man.
Yeah.
She's playing 4D chess. Here's what I want. Now that they've introduced that, I kind of got to know how she's tied to it. I don't know if Lucy will or won't shut it all down. I have a feeling it won't happen, but that doesn't mean if they go that direction, I'd be upset. Depends on how they do it. I would like the Ghoul to at least see his family. I don't know if they need to come out yet, because if they do, what's the driving force? But again, if they do it well, then I might be happy they went with that. But I would like him to, at the very least, see his family. Like, it's been so long. I'd love that for him. Maximus and Thaddeus, like, to be honest, I don't really have their driving force isn't as strong as the other characters for me. Like, Maximus is kind of just to find Lucy, give her the cold fusion. Like, there's no real, like, Lucy's goals, the Ghoul's goals, like, they're strong. They're good side characters, but I don't think I necessarily need to see or have to see something out of those guys. And yeah, I'd like to see how what happens with the Canadian girl. Those are sort of those are kind of three things. Two specifically, and one sort of generally, and then another one I don't really care.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not so much what I want to see, it's just kind of like a prediction or yeah, I think with the Canadian girl, I think she will. Okay, so I think the case does have the virus thing in it, and I think that she does not only mutate herself, but the vault as well. Like, I think a lot of the people in the vault will turn into mutants, and then maybe not all, maybe I can't see, I don't know, maybe Bets or like a handful of those people won't, and like that's another side story where they kind of like have to fight against them. But I feel like if they're all mutants and then they have Norm's group of vault dwellers, and then somehow later on the next season, they might go back and see what it's become and kind of see, okay, you know what, the Norm was right, kind of thing. That's that side of the story arc that I feel like could happen. I don't know, just speaking of my ass, but I agree with Justin. I do hope that the next episode, the Ghoul will somehow, whether he sees the cryogenic fridge, whatever you want to call it, with his wife and daughter, just to give him a little bit of a dub. You know what I mean? I feel like
he needs a win.
He got impaled. He fucking, he got shot at. He got whatever. I think he deserves a little bit of a dub.
He almost went feral, for crying out loud.
That's right. Yeah, got saved by a fucking Hellboy, and then yeah, there's all that stuff too. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Hellboy.
I was just gonna say, I was like, you were talking about mutants.
Enclave.
I'm like, do we think the mutants will come out in the finale, or even at the very end of the finale, or are they saved for season 3?
Interesting, because I feel like their arrival, like, I think they did a good job, because it's kind of like, well, they introduced this and never went back, but that would be more impactful when they come back, because a lot of people might be like, oh yeah, oh, the mutants. So I feel like when they come back,
just now, like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It only happened last episode.
Like that, of coming in to like rescue or fight, or like come in and show their force.
It's gonna be interesting. On the other hand, Justin, I am interested in what Maximus is gonna do, because one, he hadn't really had much night training other than being a squire. So for him to man that suit of armor and actually be okay, decently good fighter against the Deathclaws was a surprise to me. I thought he was just going to be a bumbling fool again, but he did pretty good, even with the old tech. And it might be completely because my brain wants to see this, but I feel like the Deathclaws are humans, because apparently my hand is raised and I put lower hand, there we go. I don't know why. I was like, whoa. People at home, my screen changed position because I raised my hand. And it's like, who's got a question? Shao has a question. Shao, your hand is raised.
No, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna.
Never mind. The way that Maximus gashed that Deathclaw in the stomach and it reacted like a human was maybe just because it's a person in a suit, which is good, a practical effect versus a CGI creature. I appreciate that. But I was like, I wonder if the Deathclaws are human or were at some point. I also, just on that, that's the only time you ever see fear in the Ghoul's eyes is when he sees the Deathclaws. And I feel like they've lost their impact since the first time we saw them. We're like, oh yeah, this is like a nasty beastie that we've never seen before. Where the hell did it come from? It's destroying everything. It let him live. And then we see him again in Vegas, and now the more we've seen them, they're just kind of like, it appears that they're just like some mutated creature. And I don't feel like they have as much oomph anymore. But when the Ghoul sees them, you can tell that there's something bad. So there's going to be either a huge rampage through Vegas because the gates busted open and everyone, there's going to be some carnage. I think it's going to be a very bloody scene. There's going to be people flying everywhere, unless Maximus is very quick to the trigger and gets them pushed back in. But I feel like there's going to be a bit of a rampage there. But I'm also curious to the Brotherhood. He created the civil war amongst them. And then they just did the Bundy and they ran away from them. So you would think that they would be on the heels of Thaddeus and Maximus because they stole the Cold Fusion. So I bet you they're going to show up. They're going to ascend on New Vegas at some point.
I gotta be honest with you. You're probably right. But until you just talked about them, like I've kind of written them off. Like I've kind of forgotten about him. I was never really that. Like it was neat for a bit, but it was more like Maximus' story with the Brotherhood. That was what was interesting to me. Not so much the Brotherhood, if that makes sense. But they were, yes, they're an established entity in this universe. They're probably going to appear again.
Or it'll just be his buddy from the Brotherhood. They will show up in a suit of armor and help him.
All of them?
You're talking about Dane?
Dane, yeah. The one that was made a squire first, but got their Achilles ripped up with razor blades. That one. Yeah. I have a feeling that they're going to show up.
I think I can see Hayden kind of struggling.
Yeah, I was trying to
the right term.
Yeah, I don't want to say she or he, so there are they. Oh, my hands are up.
Oh, you have a question?
I have a question.
Why not?
What do you guys think of that character?
Like, what do I think
Dane is
of
great.
that character?
Dane.
I love Dane.
Fine. I don't. They don't really add too much for me.
Yeah, same. I
could do
have
without
no
or
qualms with Dane. Yeah. I think Dane does Dane's role.
Dane exists in the universe.
Exists and does Dane's part.
But you don't think that because they built them up to be this thing?
Did they build him up to be that thing? Did they? They built him up. Oh.
I didn't say him. I said they built
them
up. Roll it back. They built them up to be Maximus's friend. And I said this ages ago. I was like, oh. Friend.
The way you said it.
You mean like
friend.
Boyfriend, girlfriend?
Boyfriend, girlfriend, they
friend. Are we talking like Boots' friend or?
Yeah, just like
specifically.
Boots. Okay. That was the moral compass of Maximus. So when he went off the rails, Dane was like, oh, here's the cold fusion, get the fuck out of here. Can't believe that that's the end of that. I mean, it might very well be.
No, I don't think it would be that. I think you're right. That would be a weird way to, because we're starting this massive civil war out, and then nothing. Never hear about him again.
Yeah.
They all killed each other. Although that's kind of what happened with the Legion.
But Lucy did say that the Legion was still out there, even though
And
she
also
did
that-
say the camp got blown up. But she still says
Yeah, and
it's
it was
still out
only like one episode we were introduced to them. Well, anyways, now that we kind of all have our what we want or predictions out there, let's wrap this episode up, boys. I wanna give you some food for thought before we go, though. Okay, this is not related at all to Fallout, but just think about this. Plants grow humans. Okay? They give us oxygen. They provide us food. They give us water. Okay? Then we die. And then they eat us. Consume our bodies.
So what exactly do you want us to think about that?
You just think
The
about
whole thing? That's like me reading this Edicts
it. No.
quote.
He's... Yep. Oh, you got your T quote?
I got Edicts who talks about plants right here.
No way.
How,
I was
don't
how-
think it's gonna be-
Dustin is right.
You think it's gonna be robots that grow us and consume us and use us for energy and
like the
right?
Matrix.
That's the whole.
Okay,
that's the
I
whole
see.
thing.
Okay, I see what you're
But
getting.
in reality, this is already happening to us. It's just not robots that are doing it to us.
It's plants.
Hayden, fuck.
You said plants grow humans.
I know.
And I'm like,
just the way you said it, you're like
plants?
plants.
Plants? Are you saying that I'm a plant? My mom was a
No.
plant?
What does your edict tag say?
My edict,
That sounds. It's a weird way to ask that, but you know what I mean.
edict tag. How strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude.
Yes, I remember that one from the
Edicts.
library.
Yeah.
But then,
Because Hayden Shao got mad. He said, "Wait a minute, Mother Nature doesn't intrude. What about hurricanes and tornadoes?"
yeah, natural disasters.
Yeah.
So
Plants.
They grow humans, man. Think about it.
And then when
Like
they
Groot.
die, they fuel the plants to grow more humans.
it's just a cycle.
Yeah, they raise
you know
us.
what I mean?
Like we raise. Think about it. How we raise chickens and goats and cows, right? We raise them, we feed them, we get them nice, right? Nice and big and plumpy, and then we kill them and we eat them. Plants do it that. They grow us and grow us. Now they let us die naturally. They're not animals like humans are. But then once we die, they just consume us.
This sounds like a
Pretty strong.
conversation that I heard at work. Very quickly, they're like, if you can see ghosts, are there worm ghosts? Oh, how many ghosts are there? Because a worm can be cut up and it can still live in multiple parts. Does that mean there's multiple ghosts? Like,
These are deep questions.
These
These
are
are
deep.
really deep questions.
are you stoned tonight?
Because people would say, you would have to say, no, there couldn't be that many ghosts. But it's like, okay, so then why do humans get ghosts? Is it consciousness? Then is it really a ghost? Maybe it's just our consciousness lives on in the energy that is all around us that we can't see.
that the
like a
plants
different-
consume?
Realm.
And also, I was
different realm.
also very curious when I was a kid thinking about we have around 7, close to 8 billion people now, I think, right? Around there. 7.5, whatever. There's 7.5 billion people in the world right now. And if each one, technically, when we pass, become a ghost, that's a lot of ghosts. But then you have to take into consideration of all the people who have lived before us, which
Yeah.
I don't know the count of that. Must be billions and billions of billions. Maybe, I don't know.
What's your
Trillion?
guess?
Ooh, that's a
I don't think it would ever reach a trillion because that's
No, I don't
what,
think it's- I
that's
don't
a
think it's
billion
trillion. That's-
billion,
yeah,
is
yeah.
it not?
Yeah. So I think maybe because we reproduce exponentially, so I feel like it won't be as big as I think it would be, but maybe I will say close to 30, 31 billion.
31 billion. What's your guess, Professor?
Professor, I was like, that's a lot of buckets of
What?
plant food.
I
In
think
the
my
entire
number is
history
way too
of
high.
humans, and humans have been around for what, 60,000 years more?
Okay, if you're following the Bible, but in reality,
I said,
Um,
if I was following the Bible, that would be 2,000 years.
dude.
Modern man. Are we talking about all upright
Okay, I can give you
creatures?
the years, and then Hayden, maybe you want to adjust. According to this, as of 2022, the figure accounts for a population spanning roughly 192,000 to 200,000 years since the modern Homo sapien.
Oh, yes, it's
Modern
modern
human.
Homo sapien. I'm going to go a little bit, I'm going to go almost half. I'm going to say about 12.5 billion people have ever walked this
You guys
earth.
are very far off. I'll give you a big hint, okay? So say 200,000 years. Or here's this. About 7% of all humans who have ever lived are alive today.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm gonna round it up to 10. 10% of
So it's close to 80 billion
Yeah.
people.
yeah.
117 billion, approximately.
In 160,000 years.
But a lot of this, remember, is estimates depend on assumed time frame.
Just
I
say,
feel like that's
let's say around 100
extremely
billion.
high because
I feel like, yeah, I thought it was high too, because I was factoring too much of the exponential reproduction of
Yeah.
humans. But
Well, I think when did the world hit 1 billion people?
I don't remember. I actually remember watching a documentary on this. David Attenborough thing where it said that, but I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, because I wonder how many people die a year, like once you're in the billions. Like
But then I think
we're at
it
8
should
billion.
be.
Do you think 1 billion people die a year? No, that would be insane.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, to my point though,
Yeah, sorry.
100 billion something ghosts. That to me didn't really make sense. So that's why when I was little, I was like, I don't know if really ghosts are kind of like a thing. That's just my, how I saw it. There's probably a lie that I would tell myself just so I won't, I'm not so afraid of them. But I'm like, I don't think it's real because if there's going to be 100 something billion ghosts, I don't think that can they'll take up a lot of space. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing they
It would.
are just ectoplasm.
That's right. Well, you know what? Speaking of ghosting and ghosts, I'm going to be ghosting you guys because we're going to wrap it up. Please join us next week when we talk about the finale of Fallout Season 2. Finale Season 2.
I guess what? Should we let it? What are we going to get to after the finale? Guess what's coming out, people?
Are going to talk about Paradise Season 2.
So we might throw in a Chinese New Year thing somewhere there. You can find us all on your major social media platforms. Hit us up. Email us. Please, please, please email us. Justin would have a conniption if you do at chummythumbs@gmail.com. You might also get a little prize out of it if you do. Find us on all your major social media platforms under the same name. We hang out there sometimes.